guys, this is my review from the Sea Hawk GeForce RTX 3080. Now this card is not easy to find. I got one, I was lucky, I got one at Cyberport, the electronic shop in Austria. I could get one and cannot even find it on the homepage again, so I was just lucky to get one. I couldn't find any other reviews online, so that's why I took the chance to make one. I'm not a professional reviewer, I'm just a hobby gamer, so yeah, don't expect anything huge. I'll try my best to give you the most information what I can, and the rest, well, just sit down and enjoy. Okay, so this is the box, quite a huge box because it's all-in-one water cooling. Of course we have the fans and the radiators, so that's why it needs more space. So I already put the card into my rig. You can see here, this is my rig. Get it a little bit closer here now. So this is my rig. I have a custom water cooling for my CPU. Normally I would have liked to have my graphic card also custom in the custom loop, but the problem is I had a EVGA 3080 for the win Ultra, but the problem was that if you put on a water block, I heard a lot of rumors or a lot of people in the internet that said even with EK water blocks or Watercooled, they broke their cards, so they had to RMA the cards, and they even some had to RMA them twice. So that's why I wasn't really interested in doing that, so I preferred to buy an all-in-one solution. Yeah, for me it's much better, then I don't have to go through the hustle. Changing the water block wouldn't have been an issue, but if the card is then broken after 3 months, you know, then you lose the card, you cannot play games. No, forget about it. So like I said, my CPU is cooled separately with a 120mm radiator and a 240mm radiator, and the rest is just the graphics card. As you can see, the MSI Sea Hawk is mounted. There is absolutely no RGB on the graphics card. I would like to have RGB because, as you can see, I have a lot of RGB in my system, but yeah, the graphic cards have absolutely no RGB. So now when in idle, the fans are not spinning, as you can see. So the radiator is up top here. The hose is going from the graphics card to the radiator. Now, go a little bit more to the graphic card itself. So the design, it's quite alright, not the best. Like I said, I would have loved to have RGB lighting, but what can you do? Then here you have the hoses and the wires going up to the fans. And idle, like I said, they're not spinning. I still have the plastic on the fan, so it's all just new. I just put it in. Haven't really got the time to do it really nicely like it should be. And underneath here you can see, maybe somehow, it's also another fan on the graphic card, which should cool the VRAMs even more. So yeah, it's only a 2-slot graphic card. My For the Win 3 was 3 slots, so I'm quite happy I've got more space, and it's not as long. My EVGA went even up to here, so it's a little bit shorter. But the most important thing is now it's much more quieter. That's my main reason why I wanted to change it, because my EVGA was so loud, it was ridiculous. So guys, first I showed you a system overview. Now I'm back in the system. Now I'm just gonna wanting you to hear the fans and the noise level of this card. As you can hear it, it's quite quiet now in my own office. So the only thing you can really hear is just a few fans spinning, but that's just totally normal. Even without the glass on it, I have a thick glass going on the side of my Meshify, fractional Meshify case. So even with that on, it's much more quieter, but it's just fan speeds, and that's just brilliant because before it was really loud with my For the Win 3. Depending of course on the ambient temperature, if it's hot summer like now it is in Austria, then of course we exceed more temperatures inside, or 25 degrees inside, and that also makes it run hotter. But that doesn't really, the card doesn't really care from MSI, the Sea Hawk, because it's cool all the way. So even in my rig now, the temperature is much better, because before it heated up my motherboard and it heated up my whole case, because the hot air was blowing out of the side of the card. So the whole glass here on the front was getting really warm with my blower card, and also the motherboard was getting warm, and the chipset was getting warm of the motherboard, which really probably doesn't help the life expectancy of all units. So I think it's really good. The only hot air what's coming out is on the top of the fans, through the radiator of course, but otherwise there's next to no temperature in here rising, so that's really good. Even the VRAMs, I've checked the VRAM temperature on the card, which doesn't exceed 80 degrees even when under full load playing. So that's just really good from this card. It's better than I expected. I didn't expect it to be as good as this. You cannot really overclock this card very well, because it has an overclock only from, I think it has 320 watts power limit, so that's not really a lot. So now you can just listen. Now you can hear the noise level, you can hear me speak, and now it just put you into the system. Like I said guys, this is full load. Can you imagine, even with full load? So it's ridiculously quiet in comparison. I'm just so amazed because I had such a bad experience with the blower card. So that's it.